Welcome back to Two Therapists Walk Into a Podcast. I'm Robin Green, LCSW.
And I'm Stephanie Edsall, also an LCSW. Today we're diving into a topic that's been everywhere lately, the conversation around male loneliness.
That's right. And you've probably heard the term male loneliness epidemic. And, nearly 1 in 3 men report having no close friends. And even social isolation amongst men is rising.
Yeah, that is interesting. But behind the headlines and statistics, there's something deeper happening. Something we see in therapy every day.
It's not just about loneliness. It's about shifting expectations, emotional capacity, and how the nervous system plays into connection.
Let's get to unpacking what's underneath those numbers. How men were taught to show up and what's changing now. Take a moment to notice one small sound around you. Maybe the hum of a fan, the rustle of leaves, or a faint scent in the room. Let it remind you that you're here in a real space, safe to arrive.
Start by noticing your breath. You don't have to change it. Just follow the gentle rise and fall, inhaling slowly and exhaling slowly.
Feel your feet grounded on the floor, steady beneath you. Imagine that steadiness spreading, like roots anchoring you.
Drop your shoulders, unclench your jaw, and if there's tension in your hands, give them a small shake, or open and close your fists. Really feel the difference between holding and release.
Notice the air on your skin and the sounds around you. Let yourself become aware of your environment without judgment.
And if you're open to it, find one part of your body that feels calm or neutral. Maybe it's your feet, your hands, or the space between your shoulder blades. Stay there for a few breaths and let that steadiness expand.
One breath in, one breath out. Maybe place a hand on your chest or stomach as a reminder that you're here.
And lastly, take one more deep inhale and exhale. Imagine setting down a heavy bag that you've been carrying and the relief of not holding it for a moment.
You can return to this grounding anytime. Let's carry that steadiness with us into today's conversation.
The story of male loneliness isn't just about being alone. It's about capacity and shifting expectations. For generations, women were expected to really center men. Generation X especially grew up in a world where men's needs were the default.
But things have changed. Thank goodness. Women no longer marry for survival. They want partnership built on safety, softness, reassurance, and respect.
And truth be told, I believe that this is where many men struggle. Instead of learning how to build emotional capacity, some fall back on helplessness, which leaves women feeling like they're raising a third child. Others minimize women's needs, calling them too much or too emotional, instead of saying, I don't know how to meet you there.
That's something. Underneath those reactions is the nervous system. When stress hits, men often go into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, showing up as shutting down, deflecting, or lashing out. It is not a lack of care. It's a lack of capacity. And capacity can be built.
And this isn't only about marriage. It affects friendships, workplaces, and parenting. Sons learn whether men can hold emotional weight. Daughters learn whether they'll have to carry it all.
Which is exactly why these conversations matter. Not to assign blame, but to open the possibilities. What looks like loneliness is really an invitation to build presence, connection, and emotional skill.
Here's today's nervous system nugget. Our nervous systems don't only react to physical danger, they react to relational danger too.
Yes, so, example, a partner saying, I need more from you, or a boss saying, we need to talk, can hit the body like a fire alarm. The heart races, the chest tightens, muscles brace.
And for many men, that moment of activation really triggers protection. That can look like shutting down, numbing out, or even snapping in anger. The body says, this isn't safe.
It will show up everywhere. In workplaces, men may avoid collaboration because the vulnerability feels risky. In friendships, they might never say, I miss you, because it feels too exposed. Even in parenting, I see this all the time. A child's request for attention can feel overwhelming instead of connecting.
And the truth is, until the body learns it can tolerate that exposure, connection can't land. Regulation isn't just self-care, it's relational care.
Let's talk about a simple tool called ground and name.
First, I want you to ground yourself. However that means or however that lands to you. I want you to feel yourself pressing into the floor or whatever you're sitting on. Just notice yourself. Push yourself down. Noticing that chair or whatever's beneath you that's supporting you. Let your body find that steadiness.
Then name what's happening inside. It might sound like, I feel tight in my chest, or I feel anxious, or even, this feels hard.
And what I love, you don't have to explain or fix it. Just naming what's real keeps the door to connection open.
Absolutely. Picture a conflict at home. Your partner says, I feel alone in this. Instead of shutting down or reacting, you pause, ground, and say, I feel tense right now, but I want to stay here with you. That one shift can change everything.
And practice when you're calm, while you're cooking, driving, or even waiting in line. Your system learns safety through repetition.
I like that because I've often been challenged with clients saying, I just don't know when to practice this stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, when not to practice it really, because even in small moments, like
exactly,
right? You can anywhere and everywhere you can practice these grounding techniques.
I practice them a lot in my car.
I do too. I do too, because I
know
there's a lot of traffic and you can't do anything about it.
This is true.
Perfect time to try it out. So again, try it even in small moments. Sending a nervous email or, I don't know, sharing a hard truth with a friend. Notice your body and name what's real. Small practices build big capacity.
So let's look at a few rewires. A man comes home and hears, "I need more help." His nervous system screams danger. He shuts down or snaps. But with practice, he pauses, grounds, and says, "I hear you. I feel overwhelmed, and I want to help."
What about men friendships? I feel like there's just so much dialogue around that alone. Because notice a man who never initiates plans wonders why he feels lonely. The rewire is sending one text. "Hey, want to grab coffee?" It's small, but it interrupts that pattern.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. And in parenting, dads might step back and let moms carry the load. That rewire is noticing that urge to avoid and instead saying, "I'll handle bedtime tonight." That's presence in action.
And it is very attractive, believe me.
This is true.
It is. Workplaces. What if instead of dismissing collaboration, the rewire might sound like, "This feels uncomfortable, but I want to try"? That kind of honesty builds trust. This week, notice where you pull back and expect others to carry the weight. What's one small way that you could show up differently?
And as you do that, notice your body. Does it tense, resist, soften, or open? That awareness is also very much part of the work. Loneliness isn't the full story. It's a signal. It's your body asking for connection and capacity.
Women don't want to raise another child in their marriage. They really, truly want partners who show up with steadiness, care, and respect. Notice I didn't say perfection, just steadiness, care, and respect. And those are skills men can build.
And if loneliness is one layer, there are other invisible battles men carry. Struggles that don't always look like sadness, but appear as irritability, withdrawal, or shutdown.
And we'll explore that in our next mini episode 25.5, where we get to talk about the hidden struggles men face and why they often go unseen.
That's right. And then we'll close the series with episode 26, Love in Collision.
And remember, healing isn't linear, and we're here for the ride.
Thanks for sitting with us today. If something resonated, we'd love it if you shared the episode, left a review, or connected with us on social. We're two therapists walk into a podcast on most platforms. You can listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. This podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. It is not therapy, does not replace therapy, and does not establish a therapist-client relationship. If you're in crisis, please reach out to a qualified mental health professional or call 988 in the U.S. Robin Green is a licensed therapist in Arizona, and Stephanie Edsall is licensed in Utah, but this podcast is intended for a general audience.